Hey, this is Chris from Pixelwix, and we're having a look at part 2 of edge blending and geometric correction for curved screens with multiple projectors. And again, we're just using the Pixelwix software here, as you can see on the screen. And we already done the geometric correction of the horizontal and vertical lines, which means you're just basically keeping these squares and verticals correct along the whole screen here. And obviously you just move the points with your mouse until you get a very uniform square pattern, and there are very many different patterns that we have in the system for you to go through. So this is just the standard Pixelwix pattern with numbers on, which helps the fact that you don't know how far to overlap. And here the overlaps are obviously numbered, so you can just make sure that they pass over each other. I've just gone for a 15% overlap here, and you can see my white area in the middle here is because I've got the two projectors on the right hand side of the 3 projector display here overlapped, and therefore there's twice as much brightness. So how do we get rid of that? Well, the way to do it is to fade this portion here in brightness artificially in the software. And obviously I'm going to go across one side from one projector and across the other side for another, so I get about 50% of each projector is reduced. And here we've got a button called fade, and I'm now going to look on the this is the left side of projector number 3, the right hand one on the edge of the screen. I'm going to move the fade position of the edge blend across. Now this is the ramping it down from one color brightness to another color brightness. As I tick that across, you can see that there's a creep of color blend goes across, and I'm going to take it right to the other side, and we can probably accentuate that by just adjusting this a little bit more. So I'll take it over to there, and then I'll go over to projector number 2, right side. So it's the right side of projector 2, and do the same thing. So I'll start moving it across. Now you can see the color is starting to fade down, so it's now fading down in color, and we're losing our brightness there. So we'll go across until we get it to the other side, about there. Now that doesn't look too bad. Let me just take the points out of the way, the good points and the control points. Right, okay, so that isn't too bad, but we'll change the image and we'll see what happens, because the image will tell all. And actually I didn't do too bad. There's a bit of a grey area there, so in this portion it's a bit dark. Now to get rid of those, you would adjust the gamma control on our test pattern image here, and a gamma control is basically how quick does this ramp down, or what sort of shape does this ramp down to black. So it's from the right hand projector here, that's number 3, it's ramping down, and from the left it's ramping down, but they're going to be a problem where they don't ramp at the right points for all colors. And as you can see, if I move around, you can't really tell it in that pattern, you can see a little bit in that pattern, and so on. So you have to ramp through very many different patterns, color patterns and images to find out where the problem lies. And here I can see that I need to adjust one of these ramps. Now if I push this up, we'll darken it even more, and you can see that we've got too much of a ramp. It's very, very dark. If I reduce the amount of ramp, so now it's becoming more linear than exponential type of curve, you can see that that starts to disappear and it gets difficult to see. And what we're going to do now is we'll just be messing around with the left and right hand side of the gamma to achieve a very good blend. Now I think there's too much red in that gamma ramp, because I'm only just adjusting red only. So I'm going to go over here and I'm going to put all, and then adjust all of them. So this is now all colors adjusted rather than just one color. So you can see very clearly that what I'm doing here, I'm just tweaking it down into all colors now. So that gets me even closer. And then any small anomalies that I can see, like there's a 2-band line, there's a line there and a line there, I can individually tweak these colors out. You can see I can move the slider and just pull out adjustment for just one. So there's the edge that I was talking about, so I can just tailor that where I think it needs to be, and get it close as I want to do, and then work on the other side. So now I'd work on projector 2's right hand side and do the same thing. So after we've done this, we'd end up with a pretty good color match for all images, which we're getting there now. It's quite acceptable right now, actually. So let's see what happens when we run this with the actual application. Other techniques on here that you can do is you can go to the color gun adjustment and adjust the color for projector number 3, say, and adjust the colors, and you can see I can tweak out any color differences I see here, rather than having to keep run up to the projectors, which is a pain in the neck, to be honest. So here I can kind of tweak it around, and as I say, good color correction between the actual projectors is really important for making that edge blend a little easier to not see. You know, that's the real big thing there, is just to make sure we just don't see any of these lines and stuff, which I think we're getting very close to. So that does that. So let's just run the application, just check another couple of pictures. Yep, it's looking really good now. So now I can save this pattern and run the application, which I'll do, and we'll just see. You can see us back to being non-blended there because we took the actual test patterns off. So now I'm going to run the actual application, which is the desktop adjustment, and there we are. It's now totally edge blended, all looking perfect, and we can bring up some test patterns on Windows Desktop just to see that it looks kind of good from all pictures aspects, and it does. So it all looks nice and perfect, and obviously the warp is correct. I can put this image anywhere and it doesn't cause any problems. So that's what we've done. We've edge blended 3 projectors. Well, obviously I only showed you 2, but we edge blended 3 projectors with any images we want to do test patterns and stuff on a curved screen. And this probably concludes this. Any other help and stuff, you can contact us at pixelwix.com, and we'll see you soon.